Okay, so see, I screwed that up. I got the middle too soft, and I got the middle too hot, and the top not hot enough. It's not stretching, so that's not going to push on very good. So, all right, we're going to go with attempt number 2. So you're going to start at the front and start getting it hot at the front. Then you're going to move it in a little bit more. You're going to want to heat like the last 1.5 inches, 2 inches. If it starts to bubble, then it's kind of a little too hot, but it'll work. You're going to stick this in and kind of run it around and open it up, stretch it out a bit. And then once it's stretched out enough to slide inside, you're going to push it down and try to get it down at least like a whole inch, 1.5 inches in there. Then you're going to let it get cool. And we'll move on to the next step in a second. All right, so you can see where I colored it there with marker. This is the first step. Then you take it apart, kind of just wiggle it a bit. Once it's cooled off to the point you can touch it now, you can see how far that was actually inside there. So, move it over. You can see how far it was actually in there. And that is important because that's going to give it enough grip that it doesn't slide when you're pumping and start squirting epoxy out. So next step is to take the black hose, slide it inside the orange hose, slide it through. Take your lighter up and heat this up to get it soft. And again, you're going to want to start with the end where you're going to start stretching. Now, you don't want to heat it all at one point and then try to chase it around. You want to just keep going around in circles till it's hot. And then you'll see the end start curling over and it's hot enough. So then you're going to go in there and you're going to stretch it again. And you're going to walk it around in circles until you get up about 3 steps. So see, we're at 2 steps right now. Well, no, we're at 3. 1, 2, third step. But I'm going to heat it a little more, and I'm actually going to get it to the 4th step. Whoop. And it's easier to heat with the torch, honestly, but the lighter gives you a little more control over it. So now that it's got some good stretch on it, we can get that last one. So again, go in, kind of squiggle it around, get it up to that fourth notch, and then kind of press it on while it's still hot. Bring your orange hose up while it's still hot and push it on there. I'm using the bench vise right now to just put the black hose through it, and I can push down on the orange. Now what you can see there is that there's a bit of a gap between here and here, so that black hose is being pressed in this area that's been expanded. It's being locked in place by this orange hose, so the orange hose is holding the black hose onto here because of that cone that you create. So then you can grab any duct tape. That's also why you want to get this area pretty deep, because you're going to lose some of that depth here. So in order to make sure that you got enough on here to keep it grippy on the mixing needle, to keep this part gripped on there, you might even want to get a little bit deeper if you can. But that should be good, because we're going to do the next step, which isn't always necessary, but just for safety's sake, might as well. So I like to go down the middle, get it nice and stuck on there, then go around it like this, pull it tight, and get it to like grip down on there so that there's no air gaps or anything. and kind of stretch it, and then come to the other side and do the same thing. Pull on it, get it nice and tight, work it into the grooves. Get it all nice and tight like this. Just keep pulling on it, keep getting it tight. So now it's in as much contact as possible. You can see it's all pulled down on there. Then I'm going to take my electric tape, because electric tape is nice and stretchy. Start right here, pull it tight, pull it to the point where it's about to break, and wrap it. And this is going to give that duct tape more grip on it and less likely to slip down. Also, the electric tape is going to create a second seal to keep it from leaking. So then just keep torquing it all the way around. Keep lots and lots of pressure on it. And then you get to the other part where you're on the mix needle, and focus on this section again, torquing it all the way around and locking it in place, but also creating a seal right there. Oop. So we're just torquing it, torquing it, torquing it. Now that this is all torqued down, it's going to keep this from sliding off the mixing needle. And then even if this hose isn't crimped in here very tight, because the tape is sticky and it's torqued in place, it can't slide out. So it shouldn't be allowed to leak up here. But also, even if it does leak through here a little bit, this is going to hold a pretty good amount of pressure to keep it from leaking here. So it'll stop it. It'll stop it from being expanded, from expanding out, and it will also stop it from leaking.